Well, today is the Monday, the 2nd of September. What's been going on recently? Well, yesterday Hamilton actually didn't win the Grand Prix, so well done to the Ferrari boys. The mighty West Ham have won 3 games on the trot. Yes, count them, 3 games on the trot. The stunning Test match against the Australians was yet another reason why, genuinely, I believe Test match cricket should be back on free to air for all, free to view for all on TV, on terrestrial TV. Parliament has just returned, literally just returned from a stonking great long summer holiday break, and the Prime Minister announced they think they need another break, don't they? So I think it's time for another one of my In Practice blogs. There's been a lot of coverage of late, including our own magazine, Accountancy Practice, regarding how clever scammers are getting at managing to extricate our money from us. These schemes are getting more involved. They're getting cleverer and cleverer and cleverer. And we all of us, we have to be on our guard. Now, when you're dealing with your own money, of course you're on your, I hope you're all on your guard and you've been very careful how you're dispersing your monies around the internet, etc., etc. But I'm noticing another thing that's coming up is we're seeing more and more accountancy practices are taking bookkeeping to that extra level. And what they're saying to their clients is not only are we going to do your bookkeeping and tell you who you owe money to and who owes you money, etc., etc., but they're also being given complete access to their client's bank account, and they're making payments on behalf of their clients. Now, if everything goes through normally and everything, nothing happens, isn't life grand? Although personally, I'm not so sure why one would take on this responsibility, but having done it, if nothing happens, so what? But of course, sometimes things do happen. As I said, the scammers are getting cleverer and cleverer, and if your staff are caught out, and they pay your client's money to the wrong bank account, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You're going to get a big hit on your PI claim, on your PI, as sure as eggs is eggs, as they say. So please be very, very careful, not just on behalf of yourself, which of course, obviously, I hope you all are, but if you are offering a service where you are making payments direct from clients' bank accounts, please make sure you have plenty of safeguards in place to make sure this doesn't catch you out, and make sure you have plenty of training for your staff to make sure they understand exactly what they're doing and what they need to report, and make sure that it's fully covered in your client engagement letter. Yeah, please, ladies and gentlemen, don't get caught out by these scammers, and don't get your practice get a big hit on its PI because you took your eye off the ball. In the latest issue of our magazine, Accounting Practice, I reported a VAT case that really did make me smile, and I thought I'd reprise it to you for those of you who haven't read the magazine. The case revolves M&S and their wonderful campaign, dine in for two for £10, and it includes three food choices, and what was interesting, and a free FREE, a free bottle of wine. This was the whole nub of their case. M&S were saying, hold on, the wine is free, not included in that £10 price. Therefore, as we know, wine has VAT, food doesn't. Therefore, they should apportion the VAT, etc. I did think, you're trying this one on a bit, chaps, and so did the tribunal. Agreed, who pointed out basically, as we say in Essex, you're having a laugh, and said, look, just because you say it's free, basically doesn't make it free, does it? And therefore, no, you're not apportioning the VAT, you've got to pay the full whack. I did review the case, and I thought, I just wonder, would the tribunal have said something like, this isn't just any VAT, this is HMRC's VAT, But sadly, no, they didn't. I think they missed a chance there, don't you? Just remember, just because you want something to be a certain thing doesn't always make it so, does it? Well, I say here we are in September, and the digital agenda is continuing at a pace, isn't it? MTD for VAT seems to be going through relatively easily. Lots of problems with varying bits and pieces, direct debits especially, and also problems with the agent services account. But on the whole, I suppose, it's fair to say that with the aid of our software and with bridging software, we're getting by, aren't we? We're coping. But the whole digital agenda, I say, is continuing at a much greater pace, and HMRC are pushing out. This is the way. This is the way people want to interact. This is the way people want to act. They want to do a web chat. They do everything online. Blah blah blah. So I had a look at the HMRC's quarterly reports for the 3 months. I think it was to June. And you know what? I found a couple of interesting things in there. It seemed that HMRC in 3 months received 4.5 million letters. That's 4.5 million letters, either handwritten or typed, posted via that red box at the end of the road there. 4.5 million letters in 3 months. But not just that. They also received a stonking virtually 12.5 million phone calls. Now, 12.5 million phone calls. Now, I'm not going to go on about the sad fact that it takes forever for them to answer a letter, and they even put their apologies in advance on the website, saying already we can't, so busy we can't handle them in anything like a reasonable timescale, or the fact that they can't answer the phone in anything like a sensible time, bearing in mind that they don't even count the time that you have to listen to a recorded message. Now, I'm not talking about that. But all I am saying here is here we have 4.5 million letters in 3 months, 12.5 million phone calls in 3 months. Not exactly digital. So what's it saying to me? Well, it's saying that an awful lot of people still do not wish to engage in a digital manner with their government revenue service. Why? Is frankly an irrelevance. The fact should be that we should accommodate every taxpayer in the way that they wish to interact with their revenue service. This is what we should be doing. This is what HMRC should do. And they shouldn't constantly batter on about the digital agenda to the detriment of everything else. They need to ensure that all systems are open, that all taxpayers can engage in the way that they want. And you know what? They ought to make sure that they give each and every one of those ways the same attention and deal with it as speedily as possible. The digital agenda, not all of us want it at the self same time, do we?